Hi guys, welcome back to Rumi's Life, or welcome if you're new. And today I'll be talking to you about credit cards because we all know college students love earning money without working, and that's basically what credit cards are if you use them to your advantage. So I'll be talking to you guys about my personal experience based on all the research I've done getting my first credit card with Discover, and I actually have the Discover student card rather than Discover Chrome because I know there's like two different ones, and believe me when I say I did my research. I knew I had to get a credit card at some point because I needed to establish my credit score so I can take out loans for a cheaper interest rate or apply for mortgages and all that. So living in the United States especially, credit cards are really important, and so that's why and especially during college, right before I go off to the real world, I knew it was like a really important chance for me to apply for credit cards and start my credit journey. As a person starting off, I had zero credit, so then it was obviously the right choice for me to apply to student cards. And currently there's about like 4 or 5 really good student credit cards, and I weighed all my options. So the most prominent difference between Discover Chrome and Discover Student Cashback, the student cash card, is that the Chrome has 2% cash back on grocery stores and gas stations, but it's the same all year. So you get 2% cash back on gas stations and grocery stores, but 1% cash back on everything else. And as a student, it makes sense because that's where you mostly spend your money, is at gas stations and grocery stores. So maybe this card is right for you, but personally I was like, I'll just take the chance of earning 5% possible cash back. But every other benefit is the same. They're also doing the match and everything else. No annual fee. All the good benefits are the same. Okay, so the biggest thing that really attracted me towards Discover Card was its 5% rotating categories. For example, like every quarter, they have a different category and you can earn 5% cash back. For example, if I spend $100, I can get $5 back, and that's free money right there. And especially because Discover It is doing a promo right now, so if you currently apply for their credit card, they're doing 100% match for your cash back. So for that, essentially is the same thing as saying they're giving you 10% cash back for its rotating category. So if I spend, for example, $100 at a restaurant, then they can give me $10 back, free money. Like honestly, 5%, 1% doesn't seem like a lot, but over a long term, it makes a big difference. And the rotating categories are stuff that you use. For example, January through March was grocery stores, April through June was gas station, Ubers and Lyft. This July through September is restaurants and PayPal. And October through December is Amazon, Target, and Walmart. The only thing is you have to remember to activate those quarterly categories so you can actually get money cash back. And those rotating categories have a cap. I think you can earn about $75 cash back, but that's the max. But as a student, I don't really spend enough money to maximize my quarterly categories. So let me know, comment down below if you do. If you don't max out those quarterly categories to a point where it benefits the 5%, then maybe it's better for you to get the Discover Chrome so you can get 2% back on all groceries and all gas stations. But it's just up to your finances. You can just take those numbers of your current finances and figure out which is better for you financially to apply to Discover Chrome or Discover Student Cards. But I do have a refer code, so if you sign up now through my code linked below, then you can actually get $50, which doesn't seem like much, but it's still free money, so you might as well sign up with my code, right? And also, Discover Student Card and Discover Chrome both have good grade awards, so if you have an above a 3.0 GPA for a year, then you can get $20. And again, $20 doesn't seem much, but for example, if you have the card, if you're a freshman right now or an incoming freshman, and you get this card and you have 3.0s, all 3.0s are above all 4 years, and that's $80 without working just by having this card. So honestly, you really can't lose. Free money, right? Just make sure to pay off all your balances at the end of the month so the companies can't take advantage of you by charging you high interest rates. Okay, so also what's really cool is that like because they know you're a student, you don't really need to have high income or any credit score to apply and get approved for this card. So even though I had no credit, I was approved and I got a pretty darn good credit line, so I can keep my utilization score low. And because it has pretty good benefits, so you know what they say is that you should never close your first credit card, because when they calculate your credit history, they look at your oldest account, and if Discover is your first account, then you should never close it. But because there's no annual fees, there's really no negative sides of keeping Discover card open. And what I also really like is that they have really user-friendly mobile app, as well as a website where you can like see your balance, your credit history, what's pending, what's posted. And like with the credit card app, you can actually get a notification every single time you've spent money, and they know you're a student, so you can set like a limit, and every single time you go over the spending limit, they send you an email as well. So honestly, they really do care about students. And I think their customer service is pretty good. Every single time I call the company for any issues that I've had, they've quickly connected me to a real life help rather than just like an automated help, which is really nice, unlike some other companies that I've talked to. Also, some people are really nervous about like credit card fraud, but if you get a notification it's not yours, then you can quickly freeze your account from your phone. So I think that's really secure and safe, especially as a first credit card. So if you're like paranoid about your card being stolen or card being used for fraud, do you know for a fact that you can freeze it from your phone is really ensuring. I mean, like I don't think this is too much of a factor, but I know that some people really like the fact that Discover cards can give you your credit score right on the website because it's connected through your social security number, and it can also warn you if there's if someone else uses your social security number online. So I know some other people have really enjoyed that aspect of Discover cards, the online portion, but to me it really doesn't matter. So when I was first applying for cards, and when I was first starting to look for cards, I looked at multiple different places like Capital One, Citibank, Bank of America, but they weren't as good as Discover's Cashback, as well as some of the other features too. So let me just give you a little rundown. So the Capital One journey actually gives you 1% cash back on everything, except if you pay on time, it gives you 1.25%. So that's pretty good, but it's not as good as compared to like 2% that you get for the Discover Chrome or the 5% rotating categories. And with Citibank, you get 2 times the thank you points, or on dining and entertainment, or 1 times thank you points on everything else. And this is actually good if you're trying to use Citi double cash later on and stuff like that. But right now, I didn't think it was as good as Discover. And the Bank of America actually doesn't have any benefits. So, in addition, Discover cards actually don't have any foreign transaction fees like Bank of America does, but Discover cards aren't as frequently accepted overseas, especially in Europe. But I know it's currently it's widely accepted in Asia. So if you're planning on going to Asia, then Discover might be a really good card. But if you're not, then maybe think about some other cards, because a lot of times it's not accepted as widely as like Capital One per se, because Capital One's Visa. But I think it's still a really cool feature to have. In addition, like compared to other companies, they don't raise your APR the first time you miss a payment. And in addition, the first time you miss a payment, they also don't have a fee for that. So that's really nice too, if you ever make mistakes, because they know that you're a student, they know you're gonna make mistakes sometimes. So that's really cool to have. And like when I was applying for credit cards, like I didn't really care about APRs because I knew ahead of time that I will be paying everything full every month, so I don't gain in interest rates. But knowing that the interest purchase APR for Discover is 0% for the first 6 months was kind of reassuring, right as I was trying to like transition into credit cards, just so I know that I won't be in debt. Standard purchase APR is 15.24% to 24.24%. So that's considerably lower than some of the other companies and secure cards. But again, I said this before, but make sure you pay your cards full every month, and sometimes like even pay beforehand. I personally like seeing my credit card statement come in as zeros, because I think that's kind of like a game, you know. I kind of like doing that. So a key to having a good credit is that you have to have your credit card open for a really long time. So you really want to open your credit card as soon as possible. As soon as you're watching this video, literally go down to my link right now and click on that referral code so you can get $50 back and open up a really good lifelong credit card. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but I freaking love like rainbows. So I think this card, yeah. So I think this card is so freaking pretty, and it also, you guys probably seen my computer before, but it matches my computer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you join me next time. Bye.